I'm sorry if there's anyone watching who's that age. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video on my channel. My name is Tessa and welcome to a new Netflix recommendations. I know how hard it is to find the right movie when you're watching Netflix because it's having a ton of good movies. I love Netflix so much. Obviously it's not sponsored, but I love it. They have such a good content on their platform. But yeah, it's very hard to search for any good movies because there's so many. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give you some good names for some cozy movies and series, but also for some very funny movies and series, and also for some very dark movie series. So yeah, let's go. The first series I've been writing down is The Crown, and the reason for that is because in November they will release, finally, after such a long time, they release season 3, and I think it's one of the best series out there on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, please watch it because they have 2 seasons with 2 incredible actors, and they perform Queen Elizabeth and the King Phillip. Oh my god, if I'm wrong, I feel so ashamed because I really have to search it. Elizabeth Phillip. Yes, it's Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. I knew that. Philip. And it's so good. I love the show so much. It's visual, such a great show, but also the cast is amazing, but there's a big but, because 2 seasons in and they're going to change the actors, and it's a very good choice in my opinion, because obviously, I mean, sure, you could just make them look older, but then you have the same thing what is happening in Outlander, like they're still aging but not really, and you don't really think they're that old. So I think it's a good thing to just change the whole cast, like everyone has been grown up and they started out as young adults and then they become real adults now and almost a little bit of old. I'm sorry if there's anyone watching who's that age. So basically it's about Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, how they come together, how Queen Elizabeth become Queen Elizabeth, and yeah, how does she rule the whole country, and not only just the country, it's literally whole Great Britain. So yeah, I think it's very interesting to see how all of that is happening, certainly because it's so nearby and she's still alive, and yeah, it's a good series. So the second series I put down was The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. If you are a little bit older than me, then you probably would know about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Well, it's the same characters, it's Sabrina, Aunt Hilda and Zelda, Salem, but also way more characters than in that comedy show. And this one is way more darker. It's about Sabrina is turning 16, has to choose between mortal life and witch life, but obviously her aunts want her to be in the witch life, and yeah, it's a lot of trouble, like a lot of trouble. And it's been made by the producers and writers of Riverdale, but then it's Sabrina, and Sabrina is on Netflix, or it's at least a Netflix original, and Riverdale is from CW. And I watch everything from Riverdale, I've seen everything until now, but still I think Sabrina is way better, the story is way better. It's also referring to real life legends and myths and stories and how people look at it. I mean, you hear a lot about the whole God, like God is saying this, God is saying this, that, the Bible, what is the story in the Bible, and this time you hear a lot about what they call the false God is then God, but the right God is the devil. You know, you get it? So it's very interesting to see all of that, see a lot of stories and facts about witchcraft and warlocks, and then obviously you have mortal life as well. So yeah, I really like it. It's a great cast with Kiernan Shipka, Miranda Otto, Lucy Davis, Michelle Gomez, and I can throw on so many more names, but it's a great show and you really should watch it because it's just, if you like horror but just not too much horror and you want to get some sleep after watching it, then this is great. It's more like a teenage horror where it's not too dark but also not too funny. It's also having, it's just great. You just have to see it, but it's funny. The third one is Unbelievable, and I have to say I haven't seen a lot of them yet, but it's a good series. It's about a girl who says she's been raped, but then she says she's not raped, and then she says she's actually raped, and I am still confused because I haven't seen a lot of episodes yet. But I've been just taking a look at what is new, what is very relatable at the moment, and what is what is a series what you could watch late in the evening. And since it's autumn now, that's where I've been focusing on in this list of series and movies. So I think this one, it's not really cozy at all, but it's just an interesting series you could watch in the late evening. I shouldn't watch it in the summer where everyone is happy, so that's why I recommend it. Like, if you want to see just a good series, then watch that one. And I still, maybe after 2 more episodes, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't recommend this, but for now, just take a look at it. The fourth one is actually a movie, Our Souls at Night. I love the fact that they made a movie together again, because yes, you guys, it's been the 4th movie where they played a love couple in a movie together, because it's been played by Jane Fonda and Robert Redford, and 50 years before this movie released, and I think this one was 1 year ago or maybe even 2 years ago, I'm not sure, I think 1, but maybe 2. 2 years ago. It's crazy. They made a movie where they fell in love and they were young, and they were, I think, 30, 40 years old, and they made a movie together. And in the meantime, they did another 2 movies, and then this one came out, and that they have been friends over all of these years and colleagues and made a new movie. It is just, it's such a good thing, because I think we have so many actors, and the real original ones from the real Hollywood when it was so many more years ago. I think we sometimes forget about them, and maybe this is just me because I'm so interested in the whole Hollywood and film world, but I think it's nice to just have these very recognizable faces and actors back in the movies again. And that's why I love this movie, because it's so cozy. It's about 2 elderly people who are both lonely, and then they try to just seek some companionship and become friends, and becoming more than friends at a very high age. And I just think it's gorgeous, because old people also deserve love. If I would have to say which one is my best recommendation out of this list, then it's definitely this one. Number 5, and it's been a little bit of controversial since, look, they had an actress and she might go to jail, or she goes to jail, I don't know, but she was the whole reason I started to watch this series. It's about at that time, a miner's village in the very, I don't know how many years ago, but it was old. It was a lot of time ago, and it's really cool. It's a little bit on the prairie side. I don't know how to really explain it, but it's basically about a teacher, Miss Thatcher, and she comes to town. She's from a very wealthy family, and all of a sudden she comes to this town, and a lot of people has lost their men and sons because of an accident in the mines, and then she has to be there and become this great teacher. And I don't know, it's a very lovely, just cozy, lovely series to watch. But I started watching it because of Lori Loughlin, and she has been involved with all of these Universal scandals. So I kind of stopped watching because she's not in it anymore. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do it because it's still a very good show. Maybe I start watching it again. But if you don't care about all of that, it's a great show to watch, and especially in autumn, because you can watch it for another 5 seasons at least. So recently I've been seeing 2 seasons of the Derry Girls, and it's amazing. It's about a few teenagers from Ireland, and it's the most simple show you could ever thought of. It's just teenage people, I guess they go to high school, and they have to deal with some stuff, just life in general, and it's just so funny because there's no real story. I want to explain what is the story, but I believe there's literally no story. Every single episode is just a little tiny, I don't know. You just have to imagine, for example, when you watch Friends, then you start out with just an episode about how they live. Basically, that's how it is. That's with Derry Girls as well. You don't have a real story where it's all about. You just go with the flow, and just every single time with a new episode, people are evolving, obviously, and at the end it will be a whole story. But there's just not a real, I don't know how to describe it. I cannot say like, okay, this is where it starts and this is where it ends. It's just more of, well, you just have to get in love with these characters and then you can see everything of it. And that's the same what happened with Friends. You just fell in love with every single person, every single character, and then you don't care what's happening. You just go with the flow and you watch everything, and that's the same with the Derry Girls. I really hope they're gonna make a lot of more seasons, because we need it in life. We need more Irish things in life. As they have the amazing accent, I can listen to it every single day because I love it. No, Scottish, Irish. And I also truly think it's so relatable because you see those girls going through some stuff and I'm like, these girls could definitely be my friends. Like, I have those kind of friends. Alrighty then, that's all what I have to say for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and please give it a big thumbs up if you do, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have any more Netflix recommendations for the autumn, please let me know below, because I have nothing to do with my life, so I can watch movies every single day. That's also why I bought literally I have Netflix. I have Videoland for the Dutch people, I have Ziggo for the Dutch people, but no, I bought 9 fucking DVDs.